a funny thing that happens around Thanksgiving and then through the rest of the fall into Christmas is a poverty mindset that many of us have. Like, there's not enough money to buy all the trinkets we want, or there's not enough money to buy all the food or the nicest chocolate or the best wine that we desire. And we have this mindset about us, even though we're living with such great abundance. I was thinking as I read Luke 9, where Jesus gets the people, they come, he's on retreat with his friends, he's trying to take a break, and they come and they want teaching, and they're hungry and they're thirsty and they need to know more. And so instead of getting the rest he needs, he's teaching, and then he realizes that they're literally hungry and thirsty, so he sets them out, and you have this miracle of the food. But what caught my mind today was just this: I wonder how poor these people really are. Perhaps there's some wealthy people among the group and they're simply out watching Jesus out of interest or for a sort of entertainment. But if the history of the church teaches us anything, it's that more often than not, it's those with less who are most interested, who are most compelled by the words of Christ, and who are most likely to go way out of their way, like out to a mountainside retreat, to find him. I wonder how poor these people were that Jesus offered provision to. That's how God works. He offers provision to those who are most vulnerable, most weak, most marginalized, most in need. And I want us to be careful over the holiday season that we have a rightful idea of where we are. I understand the world is a little bit difficult. I understand the ideas of stagnating wages and the idea that the cost of living is increasing, the cost of housing is increasing. And I want us to be able to balance that with our own responsibilities. Where do we need to take care of our own stuff? Where do we make decisions that have long-term ramifications for our financial well-being, which has something to do with the provisioning that we have? I believe we are all stewards. We are all being provided for by God, and it's up to us to take good care of what God gives us. Good care to ensure that people around us are safe and secure, that everybody is fed. We have a call upon us, those of us who have more and those who have very little, to be very careful with what we have. Just because we have an abundance doesn't mean we ought to be wasting it. And so I just wanted to point that out again and to think through how these people can receive Jesus' help. And do we receive Jesus' help similarly? Are we struggling to do that because we're so busy or we're so blocked by the ways of the world, the passions we have in the world, the hobbies we have, the desires we have, the things we wish we could have? Do we wish the same way to have Christ in our hearts, in our minds, in our souls? Do we wish the same way for peacefulness with ourselves, with others? Do we wish the same way for justice for others? I hope we do. I pray that we do. And if you're like me and you would like that to be true, then would you pray that God would inspire you to be ever more conscious of justice, ever more grateful for the things you've already got, ever more appreciative of the life you're already living, and ever more careful, ever more better a steward of that which you have been given to take care of. The more of us that do this, the more we can transform society to look more like the kingdom of God as he meant it.